You're working a job that pays you quite well, your budget is accounted for, your mortgage is paid off. In terms of finances, you just get it. You're on track, you can sleep well at night. However, when you go to the beach, when you're trying to go back to that high school reunion, you're just not happy with the body that you're in. And so today, I want to help you if you're good with your finances, but are still in 2026 not happy with your body fat, your lean muscle, and just your overall results in the gym. I hope these 5 examples, parallels when it comes to your finances and your nutrition are going to help you in the long run. So I want to start off with number 1, with I'll just wing it. See, these are the people that day by day, week by week, they think they're eating healthy. When they're talking to their coach, they're saying, yep, breakfast was the same. Yep, I eat healthy. I'm all good. But they haven't lost a single kilo. They haven't seen any tangible, meaningful results. And they're just essentially just yo-yoing throughout the year and they've looked the same year on year. I'll just wing it. It's not good enough. If I treated the same way with my budget, if I just said, I'll just wing it in 2026, how do you think I would go? How do you think I'd go, seriously, if I just said I'll just wing it with my budget? You would probably laugh at me if I said that. And I'm not gonna laugh at you when it comes to your nutrition, your body fat goals, but if you're just going in here in 2026 with all the technology, all the knowledge that's out there, and you're treating it like this, you need to look in the mirror and tell yourself, I'm not gonna do that. Number 2, it's just an extra chore because you know exactly where I'm going to with this. You know exactly what I'm gonna say and recommend when it comes to your nutrition and what to do. But you're gonna respond with, it's just an extra chore. I don't have the time. I've got too many things. I've got kids, I'm working, I've got my favorite show tonight. I've got too many things and you're giving me an extra chore. If I said that with my budget, if I said that with my finances, that, it's just an extra chore, how do you think I'd seriously go? See, I asked a client the other day, a client that's really good at giving me financial tips over the years and really good knowledge, and it's super grateful. But I said, how many hours are you spending on your budget, on your finances right now? And they said, probably about 3 to 4 hours. You know, AI is getting better, so it might be even quicker. Why? Why do you ask? And I say, well, how many hours are you spending on nutrition, and how many hours are you consciously thinking about what's going in, what's going out? And they were super honest with me and said 0. They said, I've got no idea. I don't spend a single minute on what's actually going in and accounting for it. And I said, well, how the heck do you think you're going to lose body fat? That's like me saying, I want to buy my first home. I want to go on holidays every year, but it's just, an extra chore and I don't want to spend the time and the effort to budget for it. It sounds pretty ridiculous and it actually is. And if you're offended by it, I don't actually care. It's not an extra chore. It's your mindset behind the actual goal and how serious you want to do it. Number 3, you need a budget even if you're on a high income. So some of you are training 5-6 times a week in the gym. You're walking close to 10,000 steps, maybe even more every single day. You're doing so much. You might even do extracurricular stuff. You might go surfing, you might go cycling, you might do soccer, I don't know. You might do extra stuff. But you're still looking in the mirror and you're going, why haven't I lost the weight? I do so much. And it's the same exact thing as the person that's earning good money. They might be earning 500K a year, $1 million, I don't know, but their spending might be just ridiculous. They might just be buying every Gucci and Louis Vuitton bag and flying business class, even just to Melbourne, whatever. They might be just spending money because they've got it and not accounting for it. And when it comes to tax time, it comes to times where they've got to pay for their kids' fees or whatever, they're going, what? Where's all my money? What's going on? And it doesn't matter. In the same way, if you're training heaps, if your output's heaps in the gym, if you're doing so much, you can't out-train a bad diet. You know that saying. And so you need to account for how much food is going in the same way you would in your budget. See, the people that have grown up, I guess, with low income, who didn't have parents that taught them about budgeting, money, or just didn't have the resources that they do now. They would know this because they would have had a period of time that would have taught them that they need a budget. So they would have stayed on track with that. Point number 4, similar to point number 2, it's bad for my mental health. See, the amount of times I hear this, I get freaking annoyed and I don't care. It's 2026. I'm all for mental health. However, in the case of this, I'm not. I'm anti-mental health victim shaming, blaming when it comes to your nutrition. If you're someone that's at your goal weight, or you're on the other spectrum that you need to put on weight, this isn't for you. This is for the person that is a little bit unhappy with their body fat. They're looking chubby, they're not happy, they've looked in the mirror, and they have seen that they need to do something. If you're in that category, you can't use that excuse. You can't say that this is bad for my mental health, because if I use that same analogy with a financial advisor, with a tax accountant, and I said, hey, I want to purchase my first home, I want to go on holidays, I want to do all this stuff, and they said, okay, great, you can, but let's look at your numbers first. Let's look at your profit and loss statement, because you're running a sole trader, you're running a business, we need to look at your bank statements, we need to look at what's going in, what's going out before we give you any advice. If I said that with nutrition, for whatever reason, 30 to 40% of you watching this video would reply with, oh, it's bad for my mental health, I've had a previous bad experience of tracking my food, and I'm honestly just going to go out and say this, that you're just making that as an excuse. You don't really want this result, and you are just saying that so you can have some comfort, so it can make you feel good. If you're actually serious, if you're a little bit chubbier, you want to lose weight, you want to do something for your health and live a good quality of life, you need to know the numbers. If I'm running my business and I've got no idea about my numbers, I would fall flat and I would fail. That's why so many businesses fail. If I'm not even running a business, if I'm just trying to live day to day in 2026 with all the tax and everything going on and the inflation rate and everything, cost of living, if I didn't have a track of my budget, I would be cooked. I would be absolutely screwed. And it's not bad for my mental health. It's actually good for my mental health if I'm actually tracking and knowing where I'm at. And that's the same thing when it comes to nutrition. You have to look at the numbers. You have to see what's going on. It's actually going to help you. It's going to be good for your mental health. It's just your view on it. And then the last point, I'll try and make it a little bit more uplifting, is you'll only do this if you hit rock bottom. See, I said before that if you grew up with not much, you would actually get this in the way of finances. You would get this because you would know that, all right, I can either play the victim card or I can do something about it. So then you would have tracked your budget, you would have created different accounts, you would have had some form of investing strategy, you would create something that's going to give you the best possible chance to get out of this phase. And so if you are serious, if you actually want to see results here in 2026, I want you to do one thing. I want you to walk up, look at the mirror, take your shirt off, and tell yourself, are you happy with the body that you're in? Look left, look right, try and stand from behind, try and see yourself in the full picture, and just have a full-on look at yourself and say, am I happy with what I see? And if you reply with yes, I'm happy with what I see, well then, again, this isn't for you. That's fine. But if you look at yourself and you're truly saying, James, I'm not happy with the body fat, I'm not happy with the muscle, I'm not happy with where I'm at, then you need to do these 5 steps. Well, maybe not step number 5. You need to do these 4 steps. And you need to make sure that you treat it exactly like your finances. Take it seriously, track it, know your numbers, and see where you're going wrong. I love tracking my budget. I love tracking my nutrition because I actually see in real time where I'm going wrong. I see, oh, that's right, that little snack that I thought was healthy is actually not that good in terms of calories. It's actually wasting me a whole lot. I can get healthier options over here that are lower in calories. If I'm tracking my finances, oh, that's right, that direct debit that I've got that I've been paying off for the last 3 years, I don't actually need. So in the same way, I want you to treat it like that. Look at yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, do I look good? Am I happy with what I see? And if you say no, let's just call it you're at rock bottom. I don't want you to be at rock bottom. I don't want you to put on extra weight or be super unhappy. But let's just say, okay, I've had enough. I'm here today and I want to make a change. Good. Step number 1, you've accepted that you're not happy with where you're at. And that's a good thing. I want my clients, when they first come to me, I want them to be unhappy with where they're at. It's a good thing because then it's like time to change, time to work. Let's get to work. Let's see some freaking results. So I want you to do the same thing. I want you to look in the mirror, tell yourself, are you happy or not? If you're not, know your numbers, track your numbers, see in real time what's happening, and don't just do it for a day. Don't just do it for a week. Don't just do it for a month. Do it for a long period of time until you get it. Until you get it. For me, when it comes to my finances, I need 6, 12, I need to do it for a lifetime. I need to do it for a long period of time to see where I'm going wrong, because circumstances change, life changes in the exact same way your health does, your age, everything, your circumstances, and as well as your finances, your lifestyle, everything around that. It's the exact same thing. And if you treat your finances and how you manage those exactly with nutrition and do and apply the exact same methods, I promise you, you'll get results. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to watch more, stay tuned. And if you still struggle with this, feel free to reach out to me. I'll give you some good suggestions that can help you along the way.